Hi guys. Welcome to our online class. As you know, we in our listening comprehension and speech we use two books: Tactics for Listening, Expanding, as you call it, Blue Book, and we have Speak Out Pre-Intermediate, the same you call it our Green Book. Today I'm talking about your Green Book, Speak Out Pre-Intermediate. We have stopped with you at Unit 8, and on my screen with PDF, with the help of PDF book, I'll show you the tasks you have to complete. Um, let's begin. And you have to submit this task as soon as possible. Actually, I think you have started doing this because about 10 days before I sent you the tasks through your monitors. But after I finish this video, I hope you will finish all the tasks. Maybe you have done some part of it. Anyways, let me give you the explanations of how you're going to work with this material. Some of the exercise here, by the way, I'm on page 78 and unit is 8.1. Some of the exercise I'll skip here. Why? Let me say why. Because these exercises are related to your individual works, and that's why I decided not to mix our lessons and individual works all together so that you don't get confused. My next video will be connected with your individual works because I explained one or two individual works to you during our real lessons, but I still have to explain the rest of the individual works, 10 individual works. That's why I'll skip some exercise here and explain it in my next video. But for now, what you have to do, your task to do is what I'm going to explain right now. If you go to page 78 and open exercise 2A, you see here it says listening. We have got 2A, B, and C. We'll touch all of this exercise. So in exercise A, you see pictures, some inventions in different periods of our life. In A, you see there is a game, Monopoly. Maybe some of you played this game. It's a very interesting one. In B, you see a chewing gum. C, mobile phone. D, MP3 player. So they have been invented in different periods of time. And what do you know about these inventions? They are also called money-making objects, like you see here. Why do you think the money-making objects below were successful? So this is part of speaking, and I'll tell you later how we'll work with our speaking parts. So if you go to exercise 2B, it's below, you see some statements about years the things were invented, or you see some other info about these inventions, these objects. So before listening, I would like you to just read the statements and guess which objects do these statements belong to. For example, let's take the first one. One of this appeared in 1950s film, in a 1950s film. So what do you think appeared in a 1950s film? Is it a chewing gum? Is it a mobile phone? Or else? Actually, I can help you with one answer. Your first answer is C, mobile phone. So yeah, maybe it's strange in 50s. Actually, we had mobile phones in 90s, as you know, but the reality is that in 1950s. And to find out the rest of the statements, the right answers, you will do your listening part in C. So you'll, I have downloaded, I have uploaded, I have uploaded all the audios in your Edmodo class. It's 8.1 recording. So after doing your guesses, you will play your 8.1 and see how much of your guess was true, and then correct your mistakes. Then you go to 3A. In 3A, it's again connected with your listening from C. You will play your recording again, and now your task is to find true or false. It's as usual, as we usually do. You put your T or F for true or false. Next, we'll go to page 80. Page 80. Second. We'll skip 79 because again that one is connected with your individual work. I'll tell you that later. So on page 80, it's 8.2. Pay me more. Pay attention to exercise 2A. Vocabulary, multi-word verbs. Multi-word verbs, another name for it is phrasal verbs. So, which consists of two parts and sometimes three parts, like a verb and one or two prepositions. So you see here one, like in 2A, you see that they touched only two verbs, give and take. And in your B, you have some definitions. Verbs give and take, and some definitions, but you still don't know which preposition to use. One is done for you, like give up something, stop doing something, a habit. Actually, you know this verb, this phrase. It's when you stop doing something. Usually it's a little bit bad habit, but sometimes just some activity you stop doing and you never come back to it. You may ask me, how will I find the other prepositions, even if I read the definition, but I don't know the meaning. So to work with this, first you can work with your vocabulary, with your dictionary. So you can look it up in a dictionary. But before doing that, you have been given in exercise 1B, it's here, you have blue extracts from A to F. You've been given some extracts where they have already used this phrasal verbs. Like, let's look at A. You see the second sentence. The company should give back something in return for this service, and so on. So you read the whole extract and try to find out what is to give back. So after guessing the meaning, you can easily go back to B, and you can easily find the meaning of it, reading your definition. Okay? Please do work with exercise B, 1B. Here, it's in blue. Reading these examples, you can easily find the definitions in exercise 2. After completing this exercise 2A, 2B, you go to C. In your recording 8.2, you can check your answers. So answers will also be given in this recording. Then you go to 3A, where you have to think of examples of give up, give back, take up, the same two verbs and their prepositions. Just write one sentence. Just write one sentence of a habit or activity you once gave up. What did you do, and what maybe you were fed up with and you gave it up, or you had bad habits and you struggled with it and finally you gave it up. Just one sentence, okay? Next, we go to page 81. 81, it's 7 A, B, A and B. Yeah. Here again you have a listening part, 8.3. You will listen to two people talking about professions, and they talked about four professions. Though we had two people, they talked about four professions, and you have to listen carefully to find out which four professions they talked about. And after that, in B, you have six sentences, and reading these sentences and listening your recording, you will write down which professions these sentences belong to. So the first one is they earn too much money. Who earns too much money, right? You should write down the profession that earns too much money. And the same with the rest five. I think it's not so difficult. You will manage it easily. Now let's go to page 82. In 82, you will touch only function for A and B. I'm sorry, 83. I'm sorry, that's 82. We'll skip 82. Okay. Sorry. No, we still need 82. I'm sorry. It's called 8.3. I'm just looking. So in 82, we'll work on exercise 1. You see a lot of pictures and some vocabulary connected with shopping. So in exercise 1, you have diagrams all connected with shopping. Let me zoom it for you. So for each category, you have shops, other places with things, people, services, products. So for we did things like that in previous lessons, units. So I don't think there are problems with this. Only the only thing you have to do, you have to add some words. For example, for shops, you have supermarket, butcher. I don't know if you know the word butcher. Butcher is a person who sells meat. Okay. Also, if you remember the person who bakes some buns, bread, what is he called? He's called a baker, from the verb to bake. So you can easily add baker here, right? It's also a bakery shop, so we can easily add baker. Next is ways or places to buy things. You have markets, shopping, online. You can add malls and the others. You will work with all four categories. In terms of discussion, we'll talk about it later. Now, let's 83. In 83, you have function, buying things. And you see in 4A, you again have listening with 5 conversations. It's all about shopping, of course. What are people buying? So you have to circle the correct answer you hear. So you hear people talking about buying things. And from first conversation, if you hear it's food, you circle food. If you hear it's books, you circle books. Or if we don't know what it is, they didn't mention the name of the product, so you just circle B. And then you switch to B of exercise 4. In B, you have just, we always say fixed phrase from the dialogue. It's like between customer and shop assistant. And you have a box. It's easy because in your box you have all the hints, which words you can use in your dialogues to complete your dialogue. So here you have excuse. It's very easy. You add me, excuse me, then I'm just looking. Do you sell? Here you don't need. If you have dots, you don't need a word. If you have a line, then you need to fill in this gap. So I don't think you will have problems with it. The only thing I would like you to do, you see at the bottom on the left, you have page 142, language bank. We usually go to the back of the book and do some work there, and this is one of your works like that. You will find the language bank on page 142. You have your exercise number 8.3 because your unit is 8.3. There you have phrase like you did above with this customer shop system. This fixed phrase you have to memorize. We usually do this. I don't think you will have problems with it. You should memorize them. We have unit 8 and we'll do some more work on page or with unit 9 on page 88. This unit is called nature. It's all connected with nature, with animals, plants. It's a very interesting unit. I hope you will enjoy it. But I want to pay your attention, especially to exercise 2, listening, as it's part of our subject. In 2A, guys, you into not A, maybe we'll switch to B. This is your listening. Listen to a program about environment. So then you go to exercise A and have facts. You in this facts, there are 5 mistakes. You see, face the fact. There is a blue box, and here there are facts about population, water, animals, and weather on our planet. And there are 5 mistakes in the text in your script, but in your recording you have to listen to your recording, and it is true in your recording. So listening to the true info about this facts, you will correct your mistakes in this script. For example, let me help you with the first sentence. In population, there are more than 6 billion people on the planet, and by 2050 there might be more than 15 billion. So in your recording, it's not 15 billion, it is 9 billion. Yes, it's 9 billion. So if you listen carefully, you will easily hear the mistake. Not more than 15 billion, 9. So underline 15 and next to it write 9. Okay? So you will complete your task like this. And then listen to the rest of the 4 mistakes. Try to find them. They are not bold words. Don't get confused because here you have population, destroy, extinct, bold words. By the way, you have to find out what they mean too. And they are not bold words. They are just simple words like it's 15 billion. You see it's not bold. You have to correct it into the right answer. That's it. And here, from here we go right to page 92. We'll skip some pages again because of your works. Okay, we come to page 92. You see, here you have listening in exercise 4. But before that, pay attention to 3A. Work in pairs and do the man or beast. Guys, beast, maybe you don't know the word beast. Beast is another way to say animal. Okay, the man is, it's a person, man, and a beast is animal. So there is a quiz at the right. You see the green box, man or beast. Here there is an introduction. Please read it because of time. I don't want to take your time. Read this info. It's very interesting. And then there are 4 questions, like a test kind of, but it's called a quiz. And before starting your listening, you can guess the answers. For example, the first one is, who has the best sense of direction? Who do you think has the best sense of direction? A monarch butterfly, a sea turtle, a New York taxi driver who takes you everywhere around the city. Like this. You guess, and after guessing, you come back to your exercise 4. You listen to 3 people discussing the questions in the quiz. So after finding out the right answers, you can check yourself how many did you get correct. That's just for your own, let's say, entertainment. But after that, you can easily listen and correct your mistakes. In 5A, that's your last exercise. In 5A, again, you are recording the second time, and but don't forget, before listening, you have to recap your sentences. For example, your first sentence is like, they lay their eggs where they were born. Of course, they, when we say they, in this quiz, we talk about animals and you. So there are different kinds of animals like elephants, rats, bees, and others, and also humans. So you read the sentence, they lay their eggs where they were born. Number 1 is given. The answer is given in number 1. It's sea turtles. And what about 2? What about 3? So to find out the answers, you have to listen carefully and write down your answer, the animal or human, next to your sentence. That's all for now. That was your last exercise from Unit 9. It was shorter than your Unit 8 because some of exercise, as I told you again, connected with your individual verbs. So, guys, please do your work, do your tasks, complete them, and please submit your answers in Edmodo in our class, listening comprehension and speech 2.